Hello everyone, SeemyCraft here, and welcome to another episode of Scrolls. This is my third time trying to record this episode. So, order pre-constructed, slightly modified. I've made a few changes to the deck. And, yeah. So, I took out Imperial Resources. I added this Wings Shield guy. I think I may have taken out one of my new orders. I added Decimation in, and other than that, I don't think anything too major. But, yeah. About the third time trying to record this. First time the Fraps wasn't set to record. No. First time there was a lot of ridiculous background noise that was really distracting. Second time my microphone wasn't plugged in, and hopefully this time we can actually get it done. But I'll probably stop recording and start back up again when I find a ranked match. Alright, got a match. Audius GR. Good luck, have fun. Okay, so we are beginning. Decimation is a good spell and all, but I don't see it being useful this early in the game. Well, I don't think we'll be using plate armor. Alright, order. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of the Decimation and put down a Ducal Infantryman in the middle. There's always so much suspense when you're waiting to see what your opponent is going to be playing. So, here we have a decision. Do we go for the Obelisk or the Spearman? And what do we sacrifice? I think we'll sacrifice a Spearman, put down a Spearman in the middle, and maybe put an Obelisk in the lower front. Heritage. I wonder how good that is. Okay, so we could Crown of Strength this guy, flip and move him down, and kill the archer this turn. That's an idea. Oh. Okay. I'm not sure it's a good idea, though. But hey, clear the board, right? He shouldn't be able to get, like, killed instantly, so we're good. I'm like 5 health, that's a considerable barrier. So we've got, we might sacrifice Kabam. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll sacrifice Kabonk for resource and play Waking Stones up here. Now, I forget this. Flip act. Okay. Yeah, it only works on your opponent's tiles. So. And he's got a Scholar Knight down. I really want to sacrifice for cards, but if feel like sacrificing for resources would be better. Okay, so we've got a winged soldier, so that's a pretty good addition to the stack. So, even if this guy had a focus, he wouldn't be able to kill the ducal infantry. So, we'll take the risk. And we'll put down a winged soldier. It's a good early game unit, but I never seem to get it in the early game. Because what, it costs 2 to cast? It has 3 attack. That is something. So he's putting down a Royal Vanguard. Scar Knight is going to attack this turn. Move this guy down. Power Bound. So we could cast that and put it on something and wait for it to die. Or we can just sacrifice it for resources. I actually might take those out of my deck, I'm not sure. Because I don't really get... I feel that you might as well just sacrifice it for resource. So he's got his general out. That's a pretty good stack down there. Yeah. Now, arguably, I should have put down the Royal Vanguard this turn, so he'll be in sync with these two. That doesn't do anything because infantryman kills infantryman, soldier kills the idol. So, as much as I like Flip, I think we'll sacrifice it. Yeah, because now we've got options. So we can put a skirmisher back here, the crossbowman in front of that guy. So, yeah, we're getting a good force and he's getting a powerful force. And hopefully next turn we'll sacrifice the Royal Infantryman and play the Honorable General. Yep. Okay, so one idol down. That's cool. Now, of course, I can just let these 2 bottom idols go, theoretically, because he needs 3 to win. Viking Stones doesn't really take kindly to being destroyed, and this is a lot of units to dig through to get the idols destroyed. Okay. So he's not going to quite kill any of the idols unless he has a focus up his sleeve. That's a relief, but he will heavily damage them. Okay. I can't say I know for sure why he did that. But yeah, I'm just going to turn around. Boom. Alright, so we'll just move this guy up, move this guy up. There. Honorable General down here. I mean up here. So these 2 idols I think are lost, but it might not matter because if I can knock out these idols are set to get knocked out. I seem to be in a winning position unless he does something crazy. Like, I don't know, Orta doesn't really have much targeted removal or something. But like, if he all of a sudden got a ducal skirmisher with triple focus and a speed, and had the resources to play all that, that could be devastating, but I think I'm in a good position. I like where I'm at right now. It could be worse. This is where like transposition comes in handy, of course. Yeah. So we'll sacrifice this for cards. You have a focus. So actually, we could move this guy up, focus him, and knock out that idol. Which we will do. We could move this guy down, focus him, and knock out the Vanguard. But at this point, I think we're pretty much set to win. Okay. Yeah, we can move the... Alright, so now we have... Oh, okay. We don't even need to use the focus. So, these two, 8, 10. The idol's dead. We can put an obelisk, or we'll put up a spearman with an obelisk, well, just a spearman, and that will save the general. So this seems to be going well. Okay, general's still saved. So he's going to hit the Vanguard's bonus. And the Vanguard's going to do 3 damage to the general. But unless he plays something to block up here, this idol's gone next turn. And it would need to be more than 2 health. Like a Night Scholar. With Crown of Strength. Yeah. Okay. So he's got 4 attack. Combined. If I focus, I can knock out the Night Scholar real quick. Let's sacrifice this guy for cards. I almost like the idea of using a Blessing of Haste on this guy. So let's just think about this. If I move him up, so 4, I move him up, he would be down to 5. We assume I use focus. That would bring him up to 8. Yeah, we win. Excellent. So we're going to focus, Blessing of Haste, and that should be GG. And we'll put a Crown of Strength on just in case. And we'll play an obelisk just because. And where's the G button? GG. Enter. That is a very nice game. Well played. So we improved in our rating. We have enough for a scroll pack, so we'll be doing that. Our ranking, we're almost into the top 10,000. Just a couple games and we'll be in the top 10,000. Which, it's pretty good actually. I think that would essentially put us in the top half, but let's go to the store now and buy a new scroll pack. It's actually been a while since I did that. I think the last scroll pack I bought was last episode. So, Eternal Statue, casting cost of 2 growth. At the beginning of your turn, Eternal Statue heals 1 point of health. 2 casting cost spell for growth. Deal 1 damage to all units. So this is like a cheap mini Quake. Which, that can actually be pretty good. 2 casting cost spell for energy, Metal Heart. Target creature gains attack equal to the number of friendly structures until the end of turn. So this is sort of like that Golem skin enchantment, except you don't actually have to sacrifice anything, but it's only a 1-turn thing. These guys are awesome. What? energy unit with a casting cost of 1. It's a creature. The Dust Runner. With a ranged attack, when Dust Runner deals damage to a creature with 3 or less health, that creature is destroyed. So it only has an attack of 1, so it'll only do 1 damage to idols or like structures, things with like 6 health and stuff. But this bonus, that can essentially make it so it can take out any early game unit, which can be quite powerful. 1 casting cost spell for growth, Eye of Eagle. Probably everyone who knows scrolls knows this card. Take the next creature scroll from your library and add it to your hand. Nothing too special. Pretty okay. I've seen it played a lot, and I can't say why. Alright. 1 casting cost spell for order. Powerbound. When an enchanted unit you control is destroyed, increase your order by 1. These are probably going to get out of my deck relatively soon, just because if I really want 1 more order, I can always sacrifice it. And it counts on the unit dying, so often you could play this on a unit, and then your opponent avoids killing it, and you don't ever get that order. So, it's okay. It's a good filler card, I'd say, but it's probably going to get replaced soon in my deck. Okay, 1 casting cost creature for order. The Crossbowman. I love these guys. Casting cost of 1 for attack. There is the 3 countdown, and it only has 2 health. But reasonably, I think it's a really good unit if you can get it out behind a wall, like turn 2. So, yeah. It has a ranged attack also, which makes it orders only, other than the Mangonel, which I'm not sure I like that much. It's orders only unit that isn't affected by Spiky. Okay, another Wildling. I actually got one of these quite recently. Maybe I can build a deck around Wildlings. A 4 casting cost creature for growth. When a creature is summoned adjacent to Wildling, Wildling is dealt 1 damage and its attack is increased by 1. So it's got a countdown of 1 and health of 4. Imagine putting in the Elan Vital, which essentially heals it by 1 every turn on this thing. Giving it like Crown of Strength or something that increases its health. And all of a sudden you've got something superior to Kinfolk Brave. And it attacks every turn. The only thing that could make this better is maybe if you threw a Machination Mindset on it and made it relentless. 3 casting cost, spell for growth, Rumble. Opponent's units move 1 step to a random adjacent empty tile. This could do what you want it to, and it could do what you don't want it to. You could move an entire row out of the way, making it possible for you to kill an idol that turn, or you could move Awaking Stones into the row that you need to kill. So, it's a bit of a gamble. And now for our rare scroll of the pack, and it's the Rat King, a 4 casting cost spell for growth. Summons a beast rat on target tile and on 2 adjacent random tiles. It seems okay. I mean, it looks like it would be half decent, but I'm not sure it's something I would put in my deck. I'm not sure it's an awesome card. Because, like, with 4 casting cost and you're summoning 3 relatively weak creatures, you could debate if that's a good card or not. And that's it for our scrolls purchasing. And there's one more thing I want to do. We're going to do a bit of crafting with the Ducal Spearman. Now, where is he? Okay. Ducal Spearman. I've got some extra Ducal Spearman to craft. And boom, upgrade. Now it has statistics. But that'll be it for this episode. Until next time, I've been SeeMeCraft, and I'll catch you in the next episode.